Andre, what's up, man?
How's it going?
It's going good. You always have the biggest smile on your face. I love it.
Appreciate that.
I love it. I called and asked you to be here today because I was like, I need someone that's going to bring the energy that I know. It's going to get us in the the rhythm.
Of course.
I'm excited to have you here, man.
Yes, sir. I'm glad to be here.
So I want to just kind of give an overview of your journey. So you came in last year. You're a true freshman, going to be a sophomore out of Key West, Florida.
Yes, sir.
Right. And you were a wrestling state champion 1 or 2 time.
I was in the state championship, but my junior year I placed 7th.
Okay.
And then my senior year I placed 3rd.
Third. I was just say I feel like I saw you win your last one at states, but 3rd.
Yeah, I was close.
Gotcha. Now you put on some size. So you'd wrestle at 285, but so you kind of have to drop that way. What are you walking around at now?
Right now I'm probably in the 320, 325 range.
Wow. So let's just talk about Built by Storms, man. What's it been like coming into a college weight program for the first full year, and how different has that been compared to what you were doing before you got here?
It's definitely more intense. That's like the one thing is with high school we had kind of like longer workouts. So I got you. So with high school we'd have like longer workouts where it was kind of like a little cooler, but like at FSU we've been having like 45 to an hour and 30 minutes of just straight work, which is like the workload itself is about the same, but in a smaller time frame, so you have less of a break. It's more intense. So that was definitely one of the biggest things coming into that.
So what have been your biggest areas of development over the past year, and what is your main focus for development this spring?
I'd say my biggest areas of development was just technique and form, really working on that. I mean, coming in from my high school, we ran the triple option. We didn't have really any pass plays. We only ran pass maybe 3 times in the season. So learning the kick step and all that was definitely my biggest goal last year. But then going into it this year, I'm kind of staying on top of it, working on the little smaller kinks of things and like working on it.
Gotcha. So really perfecting the footwork.
Yes,
making
sir.
Sure that so you've been playing a little bit of center, a little bit of tackle. So you're kind of getting the inside outside all over the place. Do you have a preference on which ones you prefer to play? Like, what are you leaning towards?
I just started playing a little bit more center. I did a little bit guard last year, but center I've been enjoying a lot lately. I think it's kind of fun to like almost control the offensive line.
Yeah.
Because like you can look and like it's a little smarter of a position, so you have to understand like the linebackers and their reads, and you have to kind of like think about like what play goes to what form. Because like as the center, I can also like copy your play or check it or kill something.
Okay.
Which is also a lot more fun. But then I also like the athleticism of like tackle, to where it's like it's kind of like I'm in my own little island on one-on-one against a defensive end, like on pass pro and things like that.
Yeah, man. So how and then Nick Snyder's got a question, but I got one more. And folks, if you have questions, please throw them in the chat. You can throw super chats on there to bump it to the top. But Andre, how beneficial has it been to have a guy like Maurice Smith, who's been here 5 years, to learn from at the center position?
It's been great. He's been really, really, really well with like teaching me and like helping me understand how things work. He has like his own kind of way of doing things since he's been doing it for so long, to where it's almost like life hacks for me to like learn instead of like me finding it out, you know?
So we got, I guess, 2 questions back to back. I'll get Nick's, was very much an offensive line question. What's your favorite on-campus food destination?
On campus?
Yeah, or close. We can do close to campus.
On campus, I definitely...
off campus. I'm sorry, Nick. My bad. I can't read. Off-campus food destination.
I'm going to be real. It's probably Chipotle. I've been going there probably 3-4 times a week.
Word.
Yeah, my points on Chipotle are crazy. I have like a few thousand up there.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What's your order?
I get a bowl. I used to get a bowl with extra rice and double meat, depending on chicken or steak. Sure. And then I'd get guacamole, the sauteed vegetables or whatever they are, the roasted onions and all that. And I get the salsa verde, the green sauce, the guacamole, the lettuce, and extra cheese.
It's a tall order, my friend.
Yes, sir. Good order.
It is. I actually just found Chicheros recently.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I just found that. They have the Oreo, or not the Oreo, the s'mores quesadilla.
All right.
That thing's to die for.
We'll get into that. So another football question. Brett Taylor asks, rank these blocking techniques hardest to easiest. Pass pro, power run, zone, and counter.
All right, so for me, I'm gonna say pass pro. It's just I'm still something I'm kind of like learning how to do. I have a problem with like wide hands, which I'm trying to get used to. So pass pro is probably the hardest for me. I'd say that the second hardest is probably the zone for me, especially outside zone plays for me, because I just gotta work on like keeping square with things like that. And then what else we got? We got power run. I'd say power run's probably number 3 on the hardest. It's just technique with power run, and then counter. I enjoy the counter the most. I love playing counter. I love pulling. I love deuce blocking and all that. That's fun.
Being able to like really get around the corner and
Yeah, you get to be aggressive on those blocks.
Yeah, come kick a guy out.
Exactly.
Nick Snyder asks, how was your high school recruitment watching the program grow as coaches were making promises of the destination? That's a good question.
Well, the main thing with me with my high school recruitment was I wanted to make sure it was a school that was right for me and the program. Mm-hmm. So I was kind of there thinking like I want to get into film. So I was like, FSU has an amazing film program. And then I was like talking to Coach Atkins, and Coach Atkins, out of all the other coaches, were definitely one of the most real form of like recruiting me. They weren't just kind of like throwing stuff my way and letting me know. He was like, it's going to be a hard journey. Like you're going to have to work to get where you are. And like, he kind of told me my flaws at the point too, which was kind of like weird for me. I was like, aren't you supposed to be saying how good I am?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that was like kind of the thing that I knew. I was like, he's going to be real with me. They have what I want as like a school. So that's like the choice I made.
Good, man. Well, yeah, we've been happy to have you here. Greg Freeman asks, how did it feel making your collegiate start last year against Southern Miss?
It was awesome. It was really great, actually. Yeah. So I was kind of like right before the play. I don't know if you could see it on the sideline, but I was pacing. I was like walking back and forth. I was nervous. And then like I stepped on the field and I kind of looked around and the crowd was crazy. It's awesome. But then I realized I was like, I'm just playing football. Like it's nothing different. And like we played against harder people at practice. So I don't know why I was worrying. So it was great.
True. Yeah, man. But I got to imagine, coming from Key West, nothing
it was
wrong
a big,
with that, but like,
it was a big,
pretty big.
It was a big change. Bleachers on one side of the field instead of like around it. Yeah.
Right. Now you're in this huge brick coliseum.
Exactly.
Briley wants to know, Andre, favorite genre of film or fiction, and your favorite book or film?
All right. Any question? I think my favorite genre is horror. I've always loved horror. I love jump scares. I love kind of like the anxiety you feel when you watch like horror movies. And then my favorite film, I'd say Shawshank Redemption. I really love that one with Morgan Freeman. That like kind of like made me really love like that type of like film, I guess you could say.
Okay, that's a very that's a very sophisticated film palette you got there.
Yes, sir.
Everyone loves Shawshank though. Well, look, man, we're really excited to see you on the field this year. I know you're one of the, you've been here a year, but really one of the newcomers I think folks are going to hear a lot from this year, and we're excited to see what you do on the field. So,
yes, sir.
Andre, thanks for stopping by, man.
Thanks
for being on our live show. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Of course.